A wealthy, middle-aged woman is struck by a terminal illness. Desperate to stay alive, Olga asks her son to track down an antique clown Jack-in-the-Box on the black market. When the coveted item arrives in her room, she tells everyone to leave and opens the box. Later, a young woman named Amy arrives at the Marsdale mansion. She's greeted by Edgar Marsdale. He tells her about his mother's serious illness and goes over her duties. Amy is hired as a housekeeper. After reviewing the rules and terms, she signs the contract. Later, Edgar brings his mother breakfast. Seeing blood stains in her room, he drops the tray. Olga reveals that the man who sold them the box has died. She insists the box is tied to something supernatural. By opening it, she unleashed a demon. If they give it what it wants, it can fully heal her. She tells her son they need to offer the demon 6 victims. Olga asks Edgar to help. Counting the seller's death, they only need 5 more people. She urges him to find others. Edgar's horrified, thinking it's inhumane and wrong, but after some convincing, he agrees. That evening, Amy unpacks and meets Janet and Frank, who also work at the Marsdale's house. She learns there's no phone, computer, or internet in the mansion. Cell service is non-existent too. While the staff plays chess to pass the evening, Edgar takes the box outside. As everyone falls asleep, Frank and Janet sneak to the barn for a romantic rendezvous. Constant creaks and noises spook Janet, and she asks to reschedule. Left alone, Frank hears someone lock the barn gate from outside. It's Edgar trying to help his mother deliver another victim to the box. The mechanism triggers, and a clown-faced demon crawls out. It stabs Frank with a sharp blade and drags him into the box. The counter on the box ticks to 2. Watching it all, Edgar returns to his room. He paces, torn by guilt. Visiting his mother's quarters, he sees she's doing much better. She can stand on her own. Seeing this, Edgar promises to finish what they started. In the morning, Amy tries to find Frank. She knocks on his door but gets no answer. Edgar comes into the kitchen and says the cook had to leave suddenly. A bit surprised, Amy gets to work. At breakfast, Olga tells her son about the box. She says years ago, she found its creator's diary. It explained that the box was built to contain a demon named Jack. Jack grants the wish of whoever frees him to hunt. He needs victims to maintain his human form. The demon hides in the guise of the first famous clown, Didier Dubois. Dubois lived with voices in his head, urging him to kill his family. Jack takes over the mind, then grows inside a person like a tumor, fully possessing their body. Dubois wanted to banish the demon, but it was too late. Jack had grown too powerful. To protect his family and others, Dubois begged to be locked in the box forever. The box's creator dreamed of having a son. When enough time passed for Jack to dominate Dubois, he struck a deal. The demon was freed, took his victims, and the first deal was sealed. The creator got a child in return. A doorbell interrupts their talk. Stacy arrives, a girl Edgar's secretly been seeing in town. During his last visit, he told her what's going on. When Stacy steps into the kitchen, Edgar sees proof on her phone that she's seeing someone else. He grabs her and drags her to the attic, then brings the box up. Before leaving her alone with the demonic box, Edgar explains why he's doing this. Stepping outside, he doesn't see the terrifying clown Jack claim another victim. Back in the house, Edgar overhears the staff talking. Janet tells Amy how Edgar once got drunk and spilled why they fled America. The Marsdale patriarch was a drunk who often hit his wife. When Edgar was 12, he snapped and killed his father. Olga did everything to deflect suspicion from her son, framing her brother, and they fled the country. Hearing the girls laugh about his weak character and dependence on his mother, Edgar decides who to give the box next. Later, seizing the moment, he slips something into Amy's drink. That evening, she's hit with vomiting, and her condition worsens. Seeing a giant clown in the hallway, she falls down the stairs. A scared Amy is caught by Janet, who calms her and puts her to bed. In the morning, when Edgar brings Amy breakfast, she says she wants to leave the mansion. He tells her to rest and not make rash decisions, even calling a doctor, assuring her he'll get her back on her feet fast. When Dr. Clark examines Amy, Edgar gives him pills, asking him to prescribe them, but at the last moment, the doctor just orders rest and leaves his card. Downstairs, the men get into an argument. Clark threatens to tell Amy everything. Edgar starts threatening him back. The doctor snaps a few harsh words and heads out, but the mansion gates are locked. Clark returns to the house. Edgar lures him to the barn and locks the door. The box is ready for its next victim. Entering his mother's room, Edgar sees her standing by the window, steady on her feet. He promises her it'll all end today, and they can escape. That evening, Janet tells Amy she saw Edgar give the doctor money and pills. The girls realize something's off in the house. Checking key rings, they find the gate key missing. Amy's determined to escape, and Janet backs her up. Searching for the key leads Janet to the basement. The box activates and takes the poor girl as its fifth victim. Packing her things, Amy notices the doctor's card. Flipping it over, she sees a warning note. Realizing she's in danger, she goes looking for Janet. Seeing her severed hand near the box, Amy bolts from the basement. Meanwhile, Edgar's searching for her in the house. Waiting until he enters her room, Amy locks him inside. She sneaks to his study, finding the gate key, but doesn't make it out. A strengthened Olga attacks, stabbing her in the stomach with a letter opener. Sensing blood, Jack slowly crawls out of the box. Using Olga's distraction, Amy stabs her back. Like a mad woman, she plunges the knife into Olga again and again. Rushing to the stairs, she spots Jack. Wounded, Amy tries to hide from the bloodthirsty demon. The lights in the house go out, and she hears his growls closing in, but she manages to slip outside. Edgar, finally breaking down the door, runs to his mother's body. Amy, with her last strength, reaches the gates. She slips out to freedom just as the demon closes in. Jack returns to the house and takes his final victim, Edgar himself. The deal's terms are met. As the box closes and the counter hits 6, Olga comes back to life. And that's how the Jack in the Box Awakening ends. Honestly, the movie didn't do it for me. The vibe's creepy enough, but the plot's weak. It's all predictable, and the jump scares don't land. I'd give it a 4 out of 10. Might be okay for fans of the first film, but I expected more.